Good evening, Martin Andrews here with your latest entertainment roundup. It's the beginning of the week, so let's take a look at what arts and culture stories we have for you tonight. Starting off, let's head to the House of Russians Abroad, an interesting building that showcases the lives of Russian people that have made a cultural impact abroad. And this is the exhibition of Elena Pavlova. She was a ballerina that went to the Japanese capital in 1920 after the success of the Mariinsky Theatre's ballet production in 1916. The Japanese fell in love with the concept of classical dance. Elena Pavlova opened up her own ballet school, and the current exhibition showcases different scrolls, different photographs, different posters fusing Russian culture and Japanese culture together, showing the career of Elena Pavlova. But who was she? Well, a few days ago I met the curator to find out more about the dancer's life.
Elena Pavlova first came to Japan in 1919 and she died in 1941 during World War II. She lived through tough times. She first witnessed Russian Revolution and then the wars. The exhibition showcases her life during that period. Pavlova opened the first ballet school in Japan, and her students later became tutors themselves and passed their knowledge and skills to new generations. So we can say that even contemporary Japanese dancers are Pavlova's students. That's why we call her the mother of Japanese ballet.
A nice exhibition there currently on at the House of Russians Abroad. Moving on to art, if you're interested in the subject, head to the Moscow Museum of Modern Art, located on Gogolevsky Boulevard. This is the exhibition of Timur Novikov. Novikov, the artist, not Novikov, the famous restaurateur. He died, sadly, 10 years ago. He was known for his wonderful items which he created in his life in St. Petersburg. Here you can see the collection of over 120 items, including collages, drawings, sketches and videos. If you fancy a bit of art this week, head to the Moscow Museum of Modern Art. Finally, a subject that I love, musical theatre. If you're interested in looking for a Russian interpretation of a classic story, head to the Operetta Theatre, where there's a musical currently on called Graf Orlov. This features an all-star cast. It's medieval music mixing with modern themes. It's based on the 18th century story about a Grand Orlov, where he chooses between a career in the court or as an imposter and adventurer. Wonderful scenery and songs which you can see there. The first act is set in Venice, the second in St. Petersburg. I can't think of two most beautiful cities that you could set a musical in. The musical is in Russian, so it'll be helpful to know the storyline before you go, but I haven't seen it yet, but it's certainly won hands down with the critics here in the Russian capital. That's Graf Orlov at the Operetta Theatre. Now, I'm certainly snap happy. I love taking photographs of the Russian capital, and a few days ago I headed down to the Moscow House of Photography because they are holding the Silver Camera Awards in aim to promote photography here in the Russian capital. They have three categories: architecture, events and Muscovites. I think it's on every single corner you can take photographs of this beautiful city. The winners were announced, and I met up with Olga Siblova, a wonderful woman who's in charge of the events, and we discussed the history, past, present and future of photography here in the Russian capital. So we're here tonight at this special event, which is the Silver Camera Awards.
Yes.
First of all, tell me about your job here at the...
I am the director of the Multimedia Art Museum, Moscow. Mama.
Mama.
It's easy, Mama. I have the age of Mom, and our museum name's Mama.
Nice. There's a horror film called that at the moment. Tell me about this wonderful building we're in at Prechistenko.
That's our new building. The museum was founded 16 and a half years ago, exactly in that place. That's the heart of Moscow. So from our roof, where in summer will be the cafe, we have the best point of vision.
Summer.
And we see Kremlin, we see two cathedrals. So 2 years and a half we opened the new building after the reconstruction and construction. So the ex-house of the photography in Moscow started to be the Multimedia Art Museum Moscow.
And it's a superb space.
It's not bad space. Everybody tells that we are mini Guggenheim, and I think it's true.
Nice. So, the Silver Camera Awards, tell me more.
Silver Camera Awards was funded in the end of '99, and that's just one professional award in photography for the photo reportage. So that's the competition for the best photo reportage of Moscow, and we have 3 nominations.
3 nominations, okay.
So one is architects, second that's the people, and the third that's the everyday life and events. So that's 3 nominations who had described, who capable describe the life of the big megapolis, like Moscow, and it's helped us survive the history of the city, who change every day.
Absolutely, past, present, and
behind
future.
our eyes, and survive the memory for ourselves, for our children, and for the future.
Tell me about the entrance of the competition.
It's totally free competition, and we accumulated the pieces by the seat, silver camera, and everybody can send their
Anybody, so that
anybody,
amateurs, professionals,
absolutely,
old, young, children, anybody.
Absolutely. Sometimes we had one times when the winner was the guy 16 years,
Oh, really?
and one times it was the man 75.
Okay.
And sometimes the winner, that's the professional photographer winner of the World Press Photo and another international prizes. And I think, and that's my point, that we never can tell that's the professional photographer and that's the amateur.
They morph into
Because
one.
it's just one border. Who lives because of money, what you received from the photography, but there are a lot of people who lives with the camera, but who have another sources to survive their life. So if we, for example, looking for the history of the world photography, for example, for Henri Lartigue, the famous and one of the most known photographer in the world, French photographer, who is the classic of the world photography, all the life he made the photo just for his private life and his private albums. And in results in MoMA in New York, it was the first personal big show for the photographer, and it was Henri Lartigue. So we know that it's not necessary that the people use the camera like the way receive the money for their life.
Sure.
I didn't see today the clean border between the photographer working for the quotidian press, between the street photography, art photography. Today the world didn't have a border.
Sure.
So the silver camera, it's also the great startup for the young photographers. And if we look today for the most known photographers in Russia and in abroad, for the Russian photographers, mostly of them, they started like a winner of the silver camera. So we're happy for our birds because they fly. For example, Gronsky, who received the biggest Dutch prize in the photography, now he has a gallery, he's shown everywhere. So we are proud for our young birds to fly.
Progress, develop.
Yes.
Well, exciting stuff. Thank you very much for your time. I look forward to hearing more about your work in the future.
Thank you.
There we have it. That's all from me, Martin Andrews. I will see you at the same time tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye, Martin. We will see you tomorrow. Now,
Indeed.
Yes, indeed. Let's find out what has made this a significant day throughout the ages. Let's have a look in today's Historama. OK, first for your delectation, the Grand Prince of Moscow, Vasily III, was born on this day. Way back in 1479, Vasily managed to capture Smolensk from the Lithuanians, re-establish Russian influence on the Volga, and increase the gentry's land ownership. He divorced his first wife after she failed to give him a child. Controversially, he then married Yelena Glinskaya, the Catholic daughter of a Serbian princess. Together they had a son, the future Ivan the Terrible.
And the last canine cosmonaut blasted off into space today in 1961. The dog's name was Zvezdochka, meaning little star in English. She orbited Earth once in the Sputnik 10 spacecraft. After 105 minutes in space, the craft returned to Earth, landing in the USSR during a snowstorm. A search team found Zvezdochka safe and sound. Her trip paved the way for the first manned mission the following month with Yuri Gagarin.
Anything like any of the dogs I've ever had, probably slept through the entire journey.
How many dogs have you had?
A few.
Really?
Over the years, but they were all pretty laid-back dogs, and if there wasn't much there to entertain them, they'd just go, OK. time for a nap. I wonder how much the dog slept during that.
My dog's really energetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would have been bouncing off the shuttle walls, the rocket walls.
Yeah.
Sticking
Hanging upside down.
Sticking its head up against the window. Well, I would love to have seen that on the little webcam.
Monitor. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, that's more random thoughts. Let's leave that for another time. That's all for this evening. Hope you've enjoyed the show. And don't forget, you can send us your thoughts on it. The good, the bad and the ugly, always welcome at primetime@rttv.ie.
Absolutely, that is indeed our email. And then, of course, we have a YouTube page. Of course, who doesn't? There it is. We upload certain videos, not everything, of course. So it shouldn't be too polluted, too vid polluted. And Twitter and Facebook, they're there for us to stay connected, which is pretty nice. Thank you, Internet, for being there for us. Otherwise, tomorrow at 8 p.m, switch your television sets on. We're going to be back.
Have a great evening. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.